he frames on my hip. Right frame on my hip. I feel like my knee can get pretty close. I can now progress position with my right knee. Frames on my left knee. Right, similarly, right knee. If you try framing on my right knee, left knee, etc. So you can see how you would problem solve your way out of that position. And then we have alternative options in regards to if we feel as though, okay, we're trying to push that across, he's retracting. If we feel as though we can like take weight off to a sufficient degree and not give our partner his guard back, instead of making this wrist grip, another great option is this conventional round drag. I do think the round drag is a bigger motion. It does incur a little bit more risk, but you close a little bit more distance, right? You get better control in regards to like now getting a really nice underhook. As opposed to this 2-on-1, you don't necessarily get as nice of an underhook. However, it's like a very small motion to do so. And then from here, you can kind of use these four in conjunction with one another, where you have across, out, and then up and down. So kind of the way you would move a joystick, like in 4 directions. That's kind of based off of that idea. All right, so now we'll just add one more example just to kind of display a lot of these ideas, is this shoulder post and a knee post, where our partner, whether it could be a double shoulder post or it could be a single shoulder post, but it's in conjunction with a knee post. Basically, if in these situations, we're going to make a similar transition from either a hip chamber, or if we're already in the reverse shin and shin, it's going to make it very easy for us to close distance. But we do have to take into consideration our opponent's upper body, right? So he's framing on my knee because I want to try change leading edge to frame close distance with my knee. But as he frames on this, right, from here, in this same side shoulder post situation, this is one, it's going to be very appropriate for us to hit these round drags. And when we do so, once again, we're really trying to force his frames to stay in place. And then as we do so, there are two ways we can approach this, where we go into them as we go round drag, or if you watch Jay does this very well, where he does this round drag and it almost brings his knee to the top corner of his partner's shoulder. And from here, basically puts them in a very defensive cycle. One's going to be a lot more dynamic and threatening, and the other is going to be less threatening, but less dynamic. And the risk with doing something dynamic is that you do risk like initiating a scramble, where let's say let's pretend Lynn was athletic. From here we hit this pretend he's Bodoni, right? From here, as I go to this angle, he's going to be able to build up, get to this double leg, and then we play here for like 15 years. So in situations where you find that might be troublesome, this would be good for you then. In this situation, he's framing on the knee, using this and just trying to pressure into your partner. So whether you're in this knee cut position or here, this is both you can do this round drag on the top side against the knee if they're doing the same side shoulder post. However, if it's a cross side shoulder post, this is when I actually like to use a double shoulder post. Mistake. No, odd. I got a elbow, wrist, and then frame on the knee as well. I actually like to, once again, bring my knee in, but what I'm going to look to do is I'm forcing him to frame. I'm not framing, he's framing. And what I'm actually going to look to do, like frame, I'm actually going to pummel my head to the inside to kind of move around my partner's frame. So this is kind of the same thing as leading edge. So when I find that, okay, both shoulders are blocked, I'm actually going to pummel my head to the inside, and now I kind of maneuver myself around this frame so I can beat it. I did this in my match against Morito Shinji in Gladiator. I believe that's free on YouTube, so you can check that out. Actually quite a good opponent, where from here, he does a good job framing, far side shoulder post, double shoulder post. I'm pressuring, he's trying to push me away, recover. I step my knee up, pull my head to the inside, and now basically he's framing on the left side of my body. By pummeling my head to the inside, I free up the right side of my body, so I can bring in my right shoulder and my right knee. And from here, I'm able to start looking to pass through. So, two interesting options based off of two different posts from this kind of shoulder post and knee post. All right, so now we'll cover using specific rounds to practice this basically offensive phase from here, and then we'll go into troubleshooting later. But basically from here, it's similar to the maintenance, but now we just add in offense. And you can, once again, vary it depending on your needs and what you want to work on, whether it be certain types of posts and certain types of things you want to practice. It could be you want to work like passing from a leg trap situation, or this like like leg chamber. You could be trying to work on passing from this kind of sprawl position, or you could be trying to pass from this reverse Shianshin. But once again, the priority should be how can I look to maintain this position and then transitioning into offense. So basically, if your partner manages to re-guard from here, it elicits a reset. If you manage to pass, it's a reset. And from here, let's say I want to work on my route drags. I'm like, okay, Lynn, can you please do same side shoulder posts? And from here, I'm working on this a lot and this type of stuff. If I want to work on closing distance, maybe getting chest to chest, then I might try to focus on like asking him, okay, can you do close range frames? Or I could think about ways to beat the long range frames. And then from here, maybe we can go over backs and all this type of stuff. So there's a lot of ways you can look to go out doing this, but at this point, the framework should be quite clear. If you do have any questions, feel free to let me know. But yeah, very similar to before, how you want to modulate intensity, have a good training partner. And I mean, once again, this is useful because you can do something